Welcome again, everybody. That's the last and final show at UL Arena for this weekend, and that's the Men Cup final. 2 contenders, only 1 winner. That's Erika Fatini here again. And with me today we have Benny O'Regan, head coach and basically all manager for Kilkenny Spartans. That's what you do everywhere, yeah? Everything there.
Anything with volleyball, I'm always just delighted to be part of it.
Well, first of all, I have to thank you for what you do, because half of my players come from your club. So.
And hopefully many, many more to follow. They're the first of very, very many.
Great, that's a nice statement for me to hear. So, do you know the teams in play?
Indeed I do. I was even refereeing them there last week, Tala Rockets. They're operating 2nd and 3rd in Premier Division, and both have, I'd say, safely qualified for the Final 4 in their league. So last week was a shadow boxing match between Balbriggan and Tala Rockets in Fairhouse, and Tala Rockets won that 3-0, but the first 2 sets were very tight. Similar setups as well. Umar is there setting for Balbriggan, and then we have the new setter, Turkish player Mendisi, number 3 for Tala Rockets, but Tala Rockets will be led by the ever-experienced there, number 16, Robert Farnese.
Yeah, Robert has been a well-known player for the past years in our community. So let's see what he can do in this cup match. Yeah.
And it's also a new addition to the Tala Rockets team. It's another Brazilian player, number 14. He actually played professionally, if I'm not mistaken, in Turkey as a setter. But here he's operating as the opposite hitter.
And that's why we have Benny here with me. I'm very accustomed to the Women League all across the board there, from Division 3 to Premier, but not so much on the men's side. So you know more than me at this stage.
A little. That's only because I play in the men's league, but that's not to say that certain faces are not familiar to us, either through the matches that we see on Volleyball Ireland at the latter stages, or just in general presence on social media. Lovely set by Mendisi, hit it hard into Octavio.
That's a very good one.
It was a very short set, going quick into it, and hit it off the hands of the opposite hitter for Balbriggan. Another swipe off there.
Up on the stand now, we have the best of the best. So we have Aurelian Menet, and then Maria is taking the 2nd ref role for this match.
In the middle there is Julian Iguana, if I'm not mistaken. He's middle player also for the Irish senior team. He's got a huge jump and a high reach as well. And you see he had to maximize everything there and use his smartness to win the point.
Yeah, so for the YouTubers that were online earlier with me, you know that my prediction was in favor of the team wearing yellow. I didn't give the name on purpose. So are you agreeing with my prediction, or?
Well, when you're talking about a cup final, it's just like there's a giant killing any time that's ready to happen. It's a one-off occasion. You would expect Tala Rockets, especially after last week's result in the league, that they would be favourites for this, but that's not to say that Balbriggan are not up for the challenge.
Well, Balbriggan is coming up with a really ramp up, considering they're coming from Division 1. They won Division 1 last year. Their 2nd team in Division 1 has won Division 1 this year, so it's very likely they're going to have 2 teams in Premier next year. And now for them, it's first show on the Cup final, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, it's a conveyor belt of male talent that's coming through the Balbriggan club. If I'm not mistaken, they have 4 teams between Premier Division 1 and Division 2. So it's a lot of guys there that are egging each other on.
But you could say the same for Tala Rockets, because even Tala Rockets were newly promoted, and here they are.
Yeah, both these teams came up from Division 1 last year, and they both tagged on a few personnel that has definitely helped to bring up the overall standard of their game. We have number 7 there, Igor Manzini, if I'm not mistaken, played with Guardians Fina last year. Also on Tala Rockets is number 2, the wing of Octavio, who is also on the Guardians Fina team as well. You see both have transferred to different clubs and are here on the grand final ultimate stage for Cup. Nice swing by Igor there. It's gone to Mendici, swings it hard. Octavio swings it hard, but Umar, I think, was there. I'm not sure if the middle blocker got their hands on it anyway. They sealed the block anyway, shut the door, put the ball down on Tala Rockets side.
Yeah, and I can see both teams came with a full squad, so a lot of cards to play for both coaches.
One person actually missing, a big one for Balbriggan, and well, he's got many good jobs to do here in Ireland when it comes to volleyball. Graham Bell, coach for the Irish under-18 team, are currently playing right now, the Small Countries Division, second round. He will be the main setter for Balbriggan, but that's not to say that Umar there, the backup setter, is not doing a decent job, especially after getting that good block, and he's putting the ball up nicely for his players that are all finding their feet, finding their foundation, and forces the timeout to be called by Tala Rockets.
Well, that was something that's definitely true, but we have seen Santry earlier. They weren't playing with one of the setters, and I'm quite sure, I haven't seen really Balbriggan through the season, but considering the value of the players in place, I'm quite sure that the setter we have today is not just a backup setter. I'm sure he had his matches to play over the league. So the thing is, you're just stepping up of being the first starter of a match. You know that you're gonna be there. You know you're a good setter. So we've seen it with Santry before, like they were down to only one setter because they rostered the other setter for the other team when they played the cup. So they couldn't use it, their second setter. And yeah, it made a slight difference, but they still ended up lifting up that trophy that they wanted. So I'm quite sure that whoever is setting now for Balbriggan, and the lead at the moment shows it, know what they're doing.
We'll see what happens with the
But
play
of course,
there.
we all missing ground. That's a given.
It is a given, and he was a quality player. He was the main setter for the league champions Docky Devils last season before transferring over to Balbriggan Eagles once they got promoted up into Premier. And they've gained a few extra players along the way, including this guy here. He's moved from Carlow back up to Balbriggan, Alamin Disu, who's also part of the senior setup.
Did you ever play with Alamin in a team?
Unfortunately, when I was with Carlo last season, he wasn't there. He was with the Balbriggan Broncos, who ended up getting promoted, and now he's moved up to the Eagles of Balbriggan as well. Only playing with the colleges like he did last Friday when they won the Shield.
Yes, he was there. Yeah.
A lovely jump serve by Octavio. Oh yeah, he's flexing that.
Seams, yeah.
Delighted with that, as he should. 1 foot inside the back line. Line judge called it in. I think we all saw it in anyway. Very good trajectory on it. Will he try it again with his jump serve? Not to be this time. Cancels out the ace that he got the last time. They'll move on. Shake it off. So now Igor Manzini, another Brazilian, on the
still
court.
a 5-point lead for Balbriggan. They are starting really strong in this match.
The block has helped so far. Let's see what happens here. Mendici tried to be clever on that. He'll have another chance. He does. And he takes the second chance, but Alamin takes it up. Can the libero keep it up? He does.
Yeah.
Okay. We go at it again with free ball. There's a high reach. There's a call by Maria Jimenez, second referee, of a net touch.
I think the setter might end up touching the net after the set. I don't know.
I think so too. She was very swift with her whistle.
I was actually very impressed by number 2 pass, because even though it was a really high ball coming from him, he still went to pass it almost in the ground. Like, there's some players have this ability to go as low as possible to pass the ball.
Well, it ended up being a mistake. Oh, this time Tala Rockets do find some sort of gap through the block and bounces down at the feet of Umar on that. However, in these early stages, they have a commanding lead of 5 points, if I'm not mistaken. And all they have to do is just keep it steady, side out, and get to move on. There's Davies, middle blocker for Tala Rockets that served it, and they're getting a free ball back in here. Farnese, was he hit? Yeah, he hits over the block. He had a huge gap, went down the line.
I think that's what they were waiting for, Robert to go front court.
Once they got front, he's a valuable asset up at the net.
Yeah, that's for sure, but in any any team. You can't rely only on one player. There will never be enough, not on a cup final.
Definitely not. You definitely need at
And
least
now
one
we
more.
see
Ball gone out to the wing there.
final mistake play number 10 was the referee up to the stand in the previous match.
That is
so
correct.
I don't know how is good referee 5 sets and then you have to play 5 sets. No, maybe not. But anyway, we see Connor yesterday sitting on a bench for 4 sets and then ending up playing his final as a player. But you know, it does tire you up. Like it's really not the same.
No, so far so good anyway for David. Goes for a
Yeah.
second serve. Up it on the line. They're going into the middle, but it was a swing and a miss there.
Yeah.
Bad timing probably on the approach. They'll try and work on correcting that the next time the opportunity arises. Now, the third serve now for David at the line. Goes down the same way into Igor's line. Umar sets it out to the wing to Vinny. And Vinny uses a lot of his power against his former team from last season. He was playing actually in the middle, number 6 for Balbriggan for Tala Rockets in Division 1 last year, but made the transfer over the summer, go up into Balbriggan, and probably in his favourite position and playing on the wing.
Hover and pass,
See with the
not
1-2.
as good as the set I would like, but still a good set. Now go back to the opposite backcourt.
Little sets in the
Great
middle.
swing, but even better block.
Block was there. They had plenty of time with that out system ball to set themselves up and get the timing right in the hands. And you see there, as the sounds are going, monster block it was.
And is a very young middle for what I can say. Like you know, Tala Rockets player overall, they don't look like freshmen. Let's put it this way.
No,
but
it looks like a lot of experience on
but
that
number
team.
12 there, it looks like an exception.
He's a
So
young lad
far,
onto
so
it.
good.
Gone to the opposite from behind. He's only trying to find his rhythm with the reach. Good pick up by the libero, and it's gone out. Saying the ball was dead first before he touched it. Already on Jimenez. Very experienced referee, been a long time on the Irish circuit.
And I'm actually also looking at all the bench player of Tala Rockets and all the players on court, and I'm actually wondering, did they decide to do a Movember move? Like they will have this kind of mustache?
I think it's just the fashion.
That's the fashion.
Seems to be the fashion. Marry it with the
In-
mullet, and then you got the modern day player.
I don't know if you follow. I know you follow volleyball all around, but I don't know if you're accustomed with the Italian league men level. So there was this team Verona that ended up being on the cup final, and they've never been in a cup final before. They won the cup final, and next match, all the team dyed their hair. So they for a month now they're playing with blonde hair, basically.
I think they got inspired by that 98 World Cup football Romanian team, because that's what actually they did in their second game. Everyone barred the goalkeeper, and he would have done it only for his balls. Anyway, let's just get back to the action of this 2026 Cup final.
But that's what team can actually do, you know. It's something that bonds you together, you know, something odd, some out of the ordinary, you know, that shows, okay, we are in this together.
Maybe so, but hopefully you will be saying that the actions will always speak louder than the fashion.
I agree with you that. I've made the whole point on the previous 5 sets, but there's a lot of things. Now it's only 2-point lead, now it becomes 3.
I think Robert Farnese took it a little bit too casual on that, swung the arms a little bit out of his center line, shanked it over to the right side near the score table.
Yeah, I think he hasn't just found his pace yet, and he will be a pretty normal condition for Latin blood people.
Well,
I know, like we like to take it slow, and eventually we warm up.
well, then he just calm down and can make sure his emotions are controlled, because he does have a tendency to get into unnecessary conversations with the first referees. Hopefully.
I know, I'll be fine. He's actually a great, nice guy. Never had a
Oh,
problem.
no.
I'm a ref. Never had a problem with Robert.
Oh, lucky you. Anyway, that's the
Oh,
swing.
that's a great swing.
That's the swing we're expecting
Let's
from
say
the
outside
opposite.
antenna. I don't think the referee didn't flag it. The second referee didn't flag it. Might be hope more than anything. I don't know.
Clutching at straw, as we call it.
It doesn't matter. We said it before.
You could be correct. You could be correct. Even coach there.
In the economy of the game, it doesn't matter. It's only 1 point. So
you'd always hope it evens itself out. Nice swing there by Julian Naguna.
Yeah.
Julian's a student in NUI Minute, and if I'm not mistaken, his team was
They
also
won
in
the students final.
That's correct, yeah. Very, very strong team. I would have come across them as I coached down in Set 2 Waterford, and they definitely showed us how to play volleyball the proper way. He goes now for his long jump service. He's got
Oh, so you were on the other side on Friday?
No. This is in the group stage.
You were Set 2 Waterford,
stages.
you mentioned.
Yeah, Set 2 Waterford.
It was Set 2 Carlo playing that final.
That's right, yeah, but they were in the second final.
Yeah. There was the other one, yeah. There was both Set 2 Carlo and Menut, but in 2 different areas.
That's right.
So if you're only joining in for this final, there's been another 2 days of volleyball prior to these, so there was a lot of matches played, and we might refer to something you haven't watched, but there was student finals, women finals, shield finals, under 16 finals. It has been a whole weekend of great shots like this one.
Indeed, and that was a big hit there by Alamin with his left-hander on the opposite. Gladly obliged Umar Set, took it. It was a free hit on the net, hit a big cross court. Now we'll see what he does with his float serve. See him at the line. And he cancels out his big kill with a service error. Would that ever frustrate you as a coach when you see your player doing so well in 1 point and then just throwing it away to give it back to the opposition?
It depends on the moment of the matches. If I'm leading, not so much. If I'm chasing, a bit. So if I see my players that we are leading, we are in a good, spot, and they are trying to be aggressive, no, it doesn't bother me if the ball goes out. The ball in the net will always bother me, but the ball out, no.
At least they got the range if they go out. Just like that one from Alamin, even though he mishit it, kind of ballooned it, went long diagonal.
Tala Rockets back in the game now, 2 points distance.
16 points to 18. Octavio, will he go a little bit harder now? He was a bit safe on that last jump serve. A bit harder.
Oh, very good.
Passes on, but it's going to be a free ball to go back over.
And 2 players on the ground giving fast ball. Great defense by Alamin there.
It's picked up there. Another free ball.
Ooh, that was a very close call.
Oh, lovely line. Oh, that has to be a double by Igor.
Yes. We have seen it before. Referee have not been lenient on giving those doubles. If the ball goes on the other side and it's not perfect, they will be called. At least today, all the referees that took the stand, they were very strict about it.
Well, couldn't have made it more obvious with that one. If anyone there watching us on YouTube didn't know what a double was, well, that last one by Igor Manzini was the most obvious.
I will put on the dictionary next to it.
I'm sure there's going to be an action replay.
No. That's only for selected people. So the action replay this weekend, it's only for behind the scene action.
Really?
Yes, I can have access to it, but we only have 10 seconds, and we have good cameramen. Big shout out to our volunteers. They're catching every angle, but no, the replay, it's not available.
It's a good thing I got my memory still intact. Anyway, Octavio, third time. We go a bit stronger, and we'll be put off by the timeout. Oh, very strong. Aim straight down on Vinny. Igor has to hit an out-system ball, so it's easy enough for Tallaght to get back, and they go in the middle. There's nothing going to be called for a lift.
The libero, yeah.
We go again for Enzi. Oh, he's hoping for the touch. Line judge calls something. Aurelian Jimenez is not convinced he heard anything. Straight away with both hands up into the air to signal it's out. Every point's important, isn't it? Try and win it in every regard.
Yes and no, but it's the next one that matters.
That's the way it should be.
Now 2 points lead for Tala. Nice big server there, but decide to go float. It's a very good ball. That's what Robert likes. Very high ball, jump high, floating above the block, and that's an antenna by Vinny.
He thought he was on the golf course. He hit a pinpoint on the antenna. Unfortunately, doesn't allow it in the rules of volleyball. It's going to be a mistake and another point for Tala.
I'll tell you that if you're a setter for Robert, no ball is high enough for him. It happened that I played a mixed tournament with him, and I was the setter in that rotation, and I could not push the ball up enough for him to jump.
Yeah,
I was
he's
like,
up there
higher,
for a lot.
higher.
Oh, there's another controversial decision here. I don't know about you, Erica, but I felt that that ball hit off the tips of the blockers' hands.
I don't know. It's the second referee was the line judge saying touch, but the second referee moved to the loser side and then moved to Balbriggan. So I'd say if they keep being so agitated about, the card might be in play soon.
Well, it's the second one.
There's one player not on court.
There is now. He almost forgot. Nearly had a scrambled brain moment.
If I had to go serve.
Well, he's going to be the next server anyway.
That's a good pass.
It's up there. Oh, it's very tight in the net. There was no touch anyway on the block.
Well handled there. It was a tight ball, but he played with the shorter side of the block.
Yeah, very good use with his left hand anyway to get any fingers onto it. Swipe it off, as you said, off the hands of the block anyway, and get it dropped down inside the 3 meter zone. So now Julian's back up on the middle front line. It's the other middle, takes a float serve.
That's a perfect pass there, going down to the middle. I like the setters trying to mix it up.
That's going to be recycled.
And that's again a block, play again, another shots there, go with the tip, and the successful touch, floor before.
Very smart line that Vinny took on that. He was looking like he'd gone in diagonal and then just twisted his wrist to go tipping it down onto the line, catching the opposite hitter off guard from Tala Rockets. Ends up being a kill point for Balbriggan Eagles. Middle blocker to serve. Will he go down the same line to Robert Farnese? He does. It's going to be an off pass, so it has to be 1-2 with him. With his setter. Oh, I think they're calling for a 4-touch.
Antenna.
Oh, antenna.
They keep going to the line judge. I just no timeout, rightly called. I think, looking at Aurelian, I think he already had enough. I think he's going to start using his cards pretty soon.
Well, he has to if he wants to make sure that Tala Rockets don't get ill-disciplined.
Well, there is really one thing. The player can't just go to the line judge face to face. Like, it's not something you want to do. Like, it's an... That's not how the world works.
Maybe not, but I'd say Tala Rockets are slightly aggrieved that the line judge call was overruled not once but twice in a row by first referee, Aurelian Jimenez. So
yeah, but points was in their favor.
No, but the point to go in fight of Tala Rockets. Anyways, as you said there,
that's enough. That's the last warning.
Yes, you don't want your players to be getting too mounty and creating more delays in play.
Balbriggan supporter dancing.
You got to keep yourself in high spirits anyway, because this could be a long one. As you hear now, Umar and Roberts, captains for their respective teams, just giving a word of advice that they got from the podium of first referee. Anyway, play resumes here. Same server on the float, pushing it down into Roberts. Better pass now. We'll go shorter 1-2, and again the block is there. Julian and Umar.
put the ball down to Chinatown.
I think they did study this team. They know where the ball is going. They know what the player do, and that's one thing. Like high ball, it's a nice one to have, but it also gives time to the block to get there.
Yes, it does. But also in reflection of the game last week, both Alameen and Julian were playing for the Irish varsity team over in England, so they were missing for this fixture.
Yeah.
And you can see how valuable they are so far.
Of course.
And with both players also been on the Irish senior volleyball team as well, bringing a few extra points to this Balbriggan team that was missing last week.
Okay, so we have a sub for the setter.
Yes, he's going to be on as a specialist server, so you watch this strong float going just over the height of the net. You see there's a bit of a trajectory, but it ends up being too easy, and they go into the middle.
Combination there, like that's a great, as you can see, overlap. You get the middle going for a gap ball, and the player that just received went straight for a quick ball into the middle.
And it's something
Gabi does that very often with the Brazilian team.
Well, I don't know, but with Balbriggan Eagles, that's one of their plays that I've seen. Even another player on the sideline, Pavel Bognar, if I pronounce his surname correctly, they have that move always kind of set up when the setter is there, if they're passing, that they look to go middle, and then the middle looking to go shoot, and then the winger comes into the middle. And that play.
Yeah, that was. I like that play. You need to really have a very consistent. You still have the opposite in play in case the ball is not good from the pass. But yeah, it's a great play to see, especially at the early stage of this match.
Oh, it's kept alive with that backhander. Okay, it's given back into the opposite. Oh, and then the block is there again by Julian. So they're going to go on a free ball. It's gone behind.
These guys are fire, but look at that defense.
Here we go, Octavio. He's kept alive. It's off the net.
Middle, but then revenge, and that's set for Balbriggan.
What a nice way to finish off it.
Fair play.
The pass, Julian, first touch was shanked a bit, but he had someone there to pick up the second touch when it reflected off the net, and he popped it up again and gave him a glorious chance just to kill that ball in the position. So, first set, Balbriggan Eagles.
Yeah. I've been wrong on almost all my predictions. So, guys in yellow, you might have to do a bit more.
A little bit more, anyway.
Tiny.
But I would say also that Balbriggan know their game plan. They know the game plan and they're executing it very well.
Yeah.
And many hands on that block has helped them to give that comfortable cushion for a lot of the way.
Yeah, definitely the fight at the net was the difference. I think the passing was actually good from Talla's side. Wasn't really. I'd not seen many aces scored either side or many ball. Many mistakes. The ball was kept in play, but the block made a huge amount of difference for Balbriggan.
Yes, I think it was the difference in set one there.
The block is also the one that hurts the most. When you get blocked, it's a statement.
Very much so, especially if you're so surprised to see a ball coming back on the other side. Then it wakes up the team to realize, okay, that the team has a block. So, Balbriggan, I see they're already in buoyant mood. Doris and Dave Dalton there, the coaching staff for Balbriggan Eagles, trying to figure out whether they need to put in any changes or just stick with the same rotation. And then on Tala Rockets sides, we have the two Pavels, Pavel Iwinski.
So you tell me those teams have met earlier this month?
That's right, last Sunday.
Oh, last Sunday.
Last Sunday in Fairhouse.
Tala came winning this match.
They got through it eventually. Set one. In set two, ended up going into overtime, and they won it 26-24, I believe, in both those sets. But in set one, Tala were giving Balbriggan a lot of chances with a lot of service errors, and once they shut that up a bit, they started playing a little bit more dominant volleyball on the scoreline. But also a few changes in set two kind of helped to get Balbriggan back into it, and they got to it very, very close, going at 24-all again. But again, it was just the small inches, 2 points in the end, and that can sometimes kill the spirit of a team, and that's what happened then in set 3 because it was a non-contest, winning like 25-12. But again, remember, Balbriggan were missing 2 very, very valuable players that started in set 1.
I understand. No, I'm just getting a bit of context from you. I said I'm not really watching too much the men's competition, especially in Ireland. I normally focus on the women's side. But like, if you want to give a bit of, I would say, karma, like before in the previous cup final of the women, DVC had played Guardians and DVC won that match, ended up losing yesterday. So maybe it might be that kind of swift for Balbriggan too. You never know. You know.
Well, we'll see. But there's been a lot of matches so far on this cup weekend where the victorious team has gone 2 sets up and then allowed their opposition to come back and ends up being a 5th set shootout.
That's true. So you're hoping for a tiebreak?
We'll see what happens. Anyway, let's just keep going with a very good volleyball game. And just like that, seeing stars like Julian Naguna come up there in the middle, making himself available always to help you setter, and also create a threat to split the block, and wins the point there. Umar up to serve. Oh, they're going at Roberts. Pass is short, so they're going to hit on the pipe. It's out. Aurelian Jimenez agrees with this time. We all saw it.
If I'm not mistaken, Balbriggan is here after beating DVC Bravo on a tiebreak.
That's right, yeah. Although they would have been overwhelming favourites to try and win it. That's not to say that the spirit of Bravo.
Yeah.
And they've got good exuberance on that team as well.
And Tallaght defeated on the same day Doki Devils. That at the time was a bit short-staffed. They didn't have full squad on the day, but still put up a great fight. I think tiebreak for there too, yeah.
That's right, went to 5 sets as well, and Tallaght came up on top just at the end there. So, could say it. It's usually nothing between the sides. Anyway, Alameen rolls it in.
Good pidak by the set there. And now
Farnese's going again
for this wing, but like there's no space between the blocker. As I said, high ball allows him to get to the high spike reach, but Julian is not small player and it does jump, so he reaches exactly where Robert reaches, so then it's a hard fight.
And then it's a good timing as well. I don't know what Robert Farnese needs to do. He needs to change up his scoring strategy at the net because he's trying to blast it through 4 hands there at the block that are neatly tied up and a few times already.
I think it's not what Robert has to do as much as what the setter has to do in this case. You know, like Tala Rockets have been quite predictable at the moment. Probably they need to use the opposite a bit more, free up.
For sure.
Robert. So they'll keep the middle, I say, keep the middle at home. You know, so the middle stays on the center of the net, so they're not just there already with Robert. But in order to keep the middle at home, you have to use the other player for a while.
Yeah, you got to keep the front line guessing, and you have to stay awake, because if it ends up being so predictable, middle blockers know where they need to go. Oh, it's another pass that's going to be out of system again. Block is already laid up there. Look at that, Alameen gets hands on it. Another good timing on the block by Balbriggan. Julian Naguna puts it up there, so Vinny's going to set it out to Igor. He gets a high reach, but he got no good touch on it whatsoever. And the ball ends up being tipped out to the sideline and out. As you see there again, the struggles of Tala is coming to the fore. The serve has been strong by Balbriggan Eagles, targeting certain players, and they've had to go out of system to set out the 4 or 2 to try and recover the ball. Do the same here again with Tala to go behind to Alameen. The set was very, very low for him there.
Yeah, and off the net, so it wasn't probably wasn't his favorite to bring Tala back to an even score. The other thing that Tala could do, and this is not any of the player, it could have actually been the coach. So far we see that Julian is on Robert. So when Julian is a backcourt, Robert is backcourt. So a change of lineup could help Robert get out of that block, you know, go and find the other middle, see if the other middle is as strong you know, it could be a rotation mix up of outside hitter number 1 with outside hitter number 2, like, and then it becomes a strategy game.
Maybe so, but in order to do that, Tallaght need to improve their percentages in the pass here from the serve. Like
Yeah,
that.
you called for it.
Perfect. He had put his hands on it there by Umar, so you can recover. Oh,
Beautiful
smart.
ball.
Very
that's
smart.
Great.
No look dump.
Yeah.
He's delighted with himself on that. I would be too, as a setter myself.
I like Dorotha's attitude. So Dorotha is the coach of Balbriggan Eagles. She's a bit... it's something I envy because I don't have it and I'm trying to learn it. She's a bit unemotional. They score, they don't score. She's just stay the same.
Well, they say that's like a typical character trait of Eastern Europeans. And Dorotha, has been here for many, many years. Polish lady playing with Balbriggan. Even played in the cup final a couple of years ago. But now has focused a lot of her attention on coaching. And is also part of the Irish men's volleyball setup with Graham. So now the opposite hitter for Tallaght.
Yeah, that was a great set.
Is there a play on?
Pass. Yeah, that's true.
There was a net touch as he was coming up.
I get a carry, that's true. It was like hold with 2 hands, push it all the way back.
I still think that Umar could have came into that ball at a different angle rather than being static on it and kind of was getting up to
it's hard because the ball was really coming from behind. They tried to put on offense, like it didn't know if he had the ball first. That's a hard ball to handle, to be honest.
Going in here. Oh, they're trying a fast one for the shoot out to the middle player. Igor Manzini was going to come in to the middle there. That's one of the plays that we've been highlighting.
Yes, but this ball was given to the middle instead of the outside hitter, and that's the only one problem. You're running a scheme that you normally will give the ball to the outside hitter. The middle goes, but they normally are never given the ball. So they just are not ready to swing in, and the ball's for the middle, and it's a miss.
Yeah.
I can understand, you know. I've been there as a middle. I've been seeing ball given to the white side, outside. Okay, never come to me. No. The ball pass.
I know. A lot of the time, middle blockers are frozen out in the attack, depending on what way the setters play and how they put the ball up to them.
I'd say that you need to know your setter.
Oh, there was a crash
You
there.
really have played with your setter at least 2 or 3 years to get that chemistry that you know exactly when it's giving the ball to you and when it's going to give the ball to the other player.
Yeah. And then also they have that ability of adaptability as well.
And we have Tala Rockets on the lead by 1 point.
Yeah. Octavio going for a strong jump serve. He's going to try it. Oh, he's strong. He didn't hit it at 100%, but he was underneath that ball when he contacted it. Sails 2 meters beyond the Balbriggan backline and out. So now we have Julian up at the net again. You see there, he's going to probably be matched up with Robert Farnese, who's there in the front court as well on 4, but getting into the pass. Aiming at the libero, another great pass by him. They go on pipe there. Oh, does that mean get a hand to it? No.
Ball on the floor.
Reaction, but good use of the ball there by the setter. Instead of going to the obvious zone 4 where Robert would have been set up, he went behind on the pipe, and Octavio was able to tip it into the campfire. David now going for his trademark float serve to go into Julian in the middle. Oh, he's trying to go for a down ball. He was already 2 meters off the net, but the set could have been just a little bit higher for him. He could have just played it a little bit smarter in the use of the ball. 3 points for Tala Rockets.
Now, we talked earlier in the previous match about blackouts. Do you think that's what's happening to Balbriggan at the moment?
I don't think it's a blackout, as you see there. It can only just take one person just to shake them off, move them on with just a clever play like that. And Vinny,
Vinny has been leading his team so far. So has Julian,
Vinny in the attack, and Julian in the block. But that's to say, Alameen has not got his big jump as well. So again, the 2 big boys will be there to try and block out Robert. So I see Robert now was forced to tip onto it. They're going to Julian this time, so it's not going to be setter. It's going to be this setter.
Ooh.
Even the opposite. Oh! Maybe I spoke too soon about number
Wide
14
and tight.
being a former pro setter, playing his club volleyball out in Turkey.
Well, now don't be too harsh on him. It's not called to be a setter now, and
True that. Well, he took the responsibility to get the second
you can't judge
ball.
it on one ball.
I won't. That's why we want to judge him on the attack, but he's not getting any opportunity here.
Oh, that was a good play. That was a good play. I feel like Balbriggan has one target. So they're serving on Robert, they're blocking Robert. They just put a big red mark on him, and they all like booze.
You see, he's a big-time player. He's a massive
It's
leader for Tala Rockets.
It's true, and probably they're right. You know, if you shut him down, the team doesn't work.
That's it, yeah. You must start. You get to the roots of the team, and then once it branches out, if you get to the root, it goes down like a domino effect. That's it. Tala Rockets have missed a couple of serves here at the start of this second set. Is not helping their cause. So again, they're under pressure to get a straight side out back. Good pass again.
It's a good pass. Open up for play number 14, but
look at that. Look at that. The boys in green. Or should I say the boys in black there. 8 and 12. Julian and Alameen both play on the Irish squad. Again, seal that block again on the wing.
Yeah, like I think, like I don't know. I don't know the setter. I haven't seen him play much before, so I don't know what he can do and what he cannot. But one thing on that, it's sure, it's that at this stage you had Alameen, you had Julian, and you have Igor, the blocking front. And probably the last thing you want to do is to put up Julian with Alameen on block. So I would have given the ball to the far side, you know, to the right side.
I do, but I think he's just playing safe for now, just to keep it established and keep his main man in place.
That's true, but that's a great
lovely
defense, yeah.
Gonna go to Igor. Oh, and look at that cover was there.
Yeah.
Going out to 4.
Oh!
Octavio
What?
found the gap there at the side of the block.
And that was the only gap available, I'll tell you that.
When he looked up, that's the main thing. He looked up, tried to hit around the block rather than through the block, and he got successful.
Yeah, that was one of the best spike I've seen.
Well, he's got the power. I've seen it now throughout the season, especially when his jump serve is on fire. He gets lots of power and pace behind it. Anyway, we'll see what Robert does. He's reverting to a float serve. That's wasteful.
Yes.
Another wasteful serve by Tala Rockets.
No. And I think it's third in a row. Second for sure, I'd say out. I think it's third.
Well, it's at least 5 anyway. I've counted now.
That's all together, yes.
In this tally for Balbriggan. Let's see what Julian does. He's going to go for his jump serve. He got his run up all wrong, and then he tried to compensate again to taking the pace off it, but he got his line completely wrong of when he contacted.
Now there is a sub for the middle. I'm guessing it's mostly a serving defensive sub.
That'll be it, is right. Yep, another specialist server coming on, number 7 for Tala Rockets. Just floats it over in Manzini's area. They go in the middle. Oh, that was very smart.
Oh, well done there.
Middle blocker for Balbriggan. Looks to hit it strong, but ends up tipping it easy into the block of Tala as they were coming down. And drops at the feet on their own side. So Alameen for Balbriggan. Let's see what he can do with his serve, floating it. And use the top of the net. Oh, that was great. And it's in. It's in. Both middle blockers contributed to that point. Going from the serve, overpass, and then another middle blocker at the net, number 14. Kills it first time.
Shout out to the middles.
They don't get enough credit, you know.
I know.
They do a lot of the dirty work that goes unnoticed. Everyone looks at the main outsides, you know, the setters, the
We
liberals.
move a lot. It doesn't look like, but we move a lot.
But they have purpose.
Thank you.
Here we go, finally. Finally, Manzini set it in the middle. That was a big swing again, but way too much by Farnese. Just too many mistakes.
We have seen it. He can't find the space. He can't find these angles. It's all about power at the moment, but you need to find the angle. You have to angles. You need to find the court before you find your power. So It's a precision work. Needs to get back to it.
Well, pressure's on Tala Rockets now.
Yeah, Balbriggan got back to lead by 2 points, 16-14.
Again, it's going to be an offset. He's going to go. He's not in front far enough, so he has to
that's
roll.
The precision work, and we've seen it before. Like no block, 3 players off the block, off the net. Place the ball between the setter and the opposite, and it creates straight away a conflict zone of defense. So well done by player number 14.
Yeah, he found the campfire anyway, rolled that ball into the center of the court. Wasn't a fast reaction by Balbriggan. We'll see where he comes up with his jump serve. Yeah, a bit of pace.
Very precise, but even better pass.
Set was very low to the middle, but
yeah, still managed.
Managed. Okay.
Now we have another ball placed in the middle of the court. Fight at the net. Recycle. Alamin, not tight cross, but
too long.
Yeah, he did swing it with the right hand, so I thought he approached for a left hand, but then that's why, like, if it was for a left hand hit, like, it would have been fine, but like it's
as you said, he gave it too much angle.
Yeah, too much angle.
The second time serve here. Better
That's
wide.
a lovely serve, but even a good pass. One and set there.
Mancini went too fast into his approach. What did Octavia do?
Oh,
let's get the live. Not quite.
Well done. Player number 2 doing the dirty job in this team. Like.
Yeah, that's Octavio there. He definitely has the power. You can see that he got good biceps on him. He uses it.
Yeah, now it's
the
time
best
out
effects.
for Balbriggan, because that's one thing that he didn't account for. When we shut down Robert, who's gonna help take the lead? They probably were putting the money on number 14. No, they didn't put the money on number 2, so they might have to get to.
Well, the most obvious one is to always go out to the wingers. If one is not available, try the other one to be able to step up. But as you said earlier,
I like going to opposite and middles, like, and I know you do like that too.
Oh yeah, you have to play everywhere around the net. Everywhere, but I don't think the middles are getting enough. Even when the pass has been great into the setter, he's always gone out to the outsides.
No.
I don't remember.
And look,
number
I can't
10
fault
hitting.
him on that though, because Balbriggan has really good middles, so he might have not. Might doesn't want that one-to-one fight, but at the same time, you have to keep Balbriggan middles in the center of the net to free up your wing. So eventually, you have to feed your middles.
We'll see how we progress. Set 2 resumes.
That's an overpass. Fight against the setter, but well played by number 2. Very smart. Didn't go for a power, just push the hands off, going at an angle and ball down.
Well, he saw the space over in zone 4 of Balbriggan. When he was up there at the net, he had it in the corner of his eye and he swiped it over from left to right.
So another jump serve there. And 2-point lead now for Tala Rockets.
Yeah, this one's going to be an
that's
off
an
pass.
obvious. Good.
Nice
Even better dig. See, that's what we've seen before. Mel was asking for it. The setter pushing the middle out of the way.
Sometimes it's got to be done.
Yes, I agree. When the setter is going to set. But I was arguing with Mel that if it's a slash coming back from the other court, the middle pushes the setter away and the middle go for that ball.
Middle could, I suppose he was in a better position to take that ball.
And now you have the player you were mentioning earlier, Pavel Bodnar, coming on court for Igor.
Yeah, years of experience, Polish guy.
Yeah, very good player. Has been one of the flag of this team of Balbriggan. Played so many years in Division 1. Finally, he sees glory last year.
And there's his experience coming to the fore.
Yeah,
hitting high off that block. Very
now,
long time in Balbriggan.
Yeah, and now you know why he brought his team all the way back to Premier League. Like, he's a very good experienced player, good technical player, and is gonna really an asset now going on the backcourt.
Well, they're gonna need all his experience and smartness, just like he did in that last kill.
Yeah.
Try and get the points.
Oh, it's a good overhead pass. You thought it was going to the middle. Thought of it.
I know.
But we finally see a faster ball.
It was very good because it split the block. It didn't have time for the middle blocker to go across. He had to stay committed to the middle of Tallaght, and then it ended up being a 1-to-1.
Tala, that's what Tala needs. As I said before, like Robert is good jumping and he wants those high ball, but I think they need a faster ball and try to catch the block off guard.
It's the second server of Tala that's reverted from jump serve to float serve. Octavio ended up
Block
floating
out.
that.
Yeah.
I think that's what Jimenez, first referee on the top podium, is saying. Hit off the block and then hit off the antenna. So it's a block out.
I think he recovered the ball just touching the antenna.
Play goes on here. It's a float serve down into Robert
Now,
Farnese.
but Farnese down.
Yeah, he has to jump very, very long. Oh, it's kept alive at least anyway. What is Umar there? Oh, that could have been called double.
Yes,
And it is.
yes. He's right. That was it.
Oh, for sure. He saw the trajectory of the ball and up going back
I think the
spin.
setter is more upset with himself than actually with the ref for that touch.
He knows himself anyway. We're all entitled to one mistake. As long as we kept them to a minimum on that. Now David is going to float serve it cross onto
And the
Vinny.
score is 21.
And that's going to be high off the block as well. Very smart by Vinny.
18.
Second one in a row now that the Balbriggan hitters have utilised
19
the
now.
block to their advantage.
Yeah.
It's going to be a sub, I say, coming soon for Tala Rockets. Coach Pavel there with the board.
Yes, up for the setter.
Well, they have to win the next point.
Yeah, probably Dorota she has seen that the setter was a bit upset about that touch. Just like, let it go. Referee asking the new captain to raise his hand and manifest himself. Player didn't really know what was going on, but so players, if you are named,
Kept it alive. Oh, that's a huge reach by Alamin. He almost got it there, but kept it alive.
And that's a great spike again. Once he's found with no block, he goes to that 1-2 zone that puts trouble between the opposite and the setter, which are normally not the best defender, but prove me wrong, please.
Well, we'll see if Lightning strikes twice later on in this game. If Balbriggan, that's the second one that
And now
he's
we
got.
see the usual sub towards the end of the set, bring in the backup setter. How's you call it, backup? I could
He
normally
is
call
back
it
up,
second
yeah.
setter.
Well, who knows? He might end up being main setter as well.
Yeah.
Well, he's definitely there.
He has
to
a
make
good
sure
floating serve.
Make sure that serve goes in anyway, because Mendici so far, it was the same last week as well. He was struggling just with the ball in on his serve.
But
Anyway.
a lovely pass, but lovely pick up by the setter there.
Getting the high reach there by 14.
Yeah.
Now it's
Now
going
we
to go
go
out
high
wing.
up
What
for
Robert do?
Robert
Yeah,
off the
better.
hands of
It's
the
kept-
block. Ready Alamin for that.
Vinny swings
And
high.
another block. And can he touch the ball?
Can, yeah. Play goes on anyway. Sets behind Vinny.
And that's it.
When you're on a one-to-one on that and you see the gap and you take them the right line, straight down to Chinatown. Well done, Vinny. Using the big left hand.
I think number 13 did an amazing job, but it was just not enough. So
There's nothing he
sub
could-
back.
Nothing he could really do
20-22.
on that
There's
defense. It was more or less a free hit for Vinny on the net.
Still leading 22-20. So
Long float, you're going to Robert again, but it's going to be 1-2 with his setter. And it's kept alive. Oh, there's a big foot over the center line by Alamin and saving that ball.
well, yeah, that was a double and a foot fault. Second referee called the foot fault. First referee called the double. No way that ball was going to Balbriggan. Put it that way.
Either way, whatever the fault was, Balbriggan were never going to win it. Tala have the ball now again. They're on 23 points. Robert Farnese is going to now go with float serve. Nice pass again into the 3-meter zone. We go behind in Talamine, high reach over.
Yeah, like now we have two blockers at the net that as much as they can jump, they're not going to reach where Alamin can go. So
yeah, they weren't born with great height or anything like that, but where there's a...
They can fight when they can spike, but that's the problem. Like when you have the energy, you have to block. It's not the same.
Not the same at all, but
No.
you have to get the timing right.
Ooh, got lucky
use
there,
of the
Julian.
line. Oh, Libero calls it. It's a fight on 4. Oh, Octavio goes big acute angle.
Will you go for a timeout now?
If I was
It's
coach,
1
I'd be
point.
looking at it right now, 22-23.
Yeah,
You
try
got
to,
1 point
try
lead.
to score a cheeky point. I can't really be sure. Did Tala Rock already call a timeout? Do we have 2 in hands or just one?
They have 1 left.
1 left. Yeah. So that might be the reason why.
Oh, the block is there again. Pavel.
Yeah, and that's the
Welcome to the game.
Yeah.
Now the timeout is called.
Yeah.
23 all.
I would have gone their point earlier. Trying to keep the mental advantage. You know, you call the timeout, you're still in advantages. To me, it's just, if I don't call it now, I for sure am gonna call it later anyway, because if I don't call it to win the point, I'm gonna call it when I lose it, because I'm gonna even. So that's what I'd say. I would normally call it 1 point earlier, just to say I'm still strong, I'm still in advantage, remind my players they're still ahead, and then try to score a cheeky point off the server, of course.
Maybe so, but they have to be able to respond positively, and that's what you'd be expecting, get a positive reaction from the timeout.
Of course, like we're also speaking about adult players, you know, there's only so much the coach can do, like the players have to play the game themselves.
True. The play goes on. Julian sets behind to Pavel. What's it going to call? No, they're calling none on
good.
that. It's going on the pipe.
That's a great one. Called out now.
I think we all agree it went out to the sideline. Robert's head is not totally there. He's clutching at straws to try and get something out of it.
Reverse in the middle. Yeah, he's reversing the middle player sub. I probably should have done it when the player number 7 went front court. I don't know.
Sure.
Because again, I'm not familiar with all the players and what they can do and what they cannot do, but I did like the performance of number 12.
Did that just happen?
And yeah, that did happen. Balbriggan takes the second set.
Balbriggan, 2 sets to 0 up in this year's Association Cup final here in UL Limerick. I didn't expect them to win that second set, but they stayed patient, stayed steady, and where it matters.
You know, sometimes the team is a reflection of the coach, so they say, and the coach, I think she never thought for a second they wouldn't win. I told you before, like, you look at her body language, you look at like her facial expression, and she probably would say nothing about, but she feels confident. You look at your coach feels strong, positive, and confident, and you go back and say, okay, yeah, we have it.
Yeah, but also I would say having certain personnel back onto the squad that were missing from last week has definitely given a boost of confidence to be able to implement the game plan.
Looking at the rankings, at last week's match, it didn't really change much either for Balbriggan or Tala Rockets. You know, Doki Devils, they're far ahead on the top rank. So Tallaght and Balbriggan will very likely face each other in the semi-final of the league, you know, so...
Well, let's hope they don't get bored of each other. They're beating themselves so many times, twice in the league.
The thing is, I think last match didn't mean much to them. They knew they were missing a lot of key players, and they said, yeah, we do what we can. You know, like, if that is not gonna define us. You know, it's the single match that counts, so they came in prepared, like forgot about their previous performance because it wasn't reflective of who they are, and here they are.
Well, Balbriggan Eagles do have a big squad, and they were able to bring a lot of the fringe players to get some experience, and as they said, they were very competitive in those first 2 sets. And it came down to that situation of 23 all, 24 all, who's going to be the stronger mentally to be able to get it over the line. And you always felt in that game last week with the players that were on the court, Tala were the ones that basically they were their own worst enemies, whether they were either going to win it or they're going to lose it themselves. Now it's the other way around. You can see that there's a lot more maturity and experience, especially with the extra key players that are coming back and know when to turn it on, and they're turning it on here, right now, especially those last 2 points to take the second set.
You said it before, 4 finals. So far, 3 out of 4, one team went ahead 2 sets, and they ended out to the tiebreak. With the team that was ahead the 2 sets, winning the tiebreak.
Well, they made it longer than they should, all those winners. However, Well,
do you think it's going to be the same?
it really depends on what's going to happen with Tala Rockets. They're going with the same players on the court as it is. They're putting the same faces.
Stop being polite. Give me the answer.
Right
Will
now,
they do it or not?
Right now, with the form that they have, I don't see it.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think Balbriggan has shown not a single moment where they did not have this game.
No, they've been on good
They
form.
came on court, like they made a statement. It was a 10-5 on the first set, and I said, guys, you're here for business, and we are not gonna close it until it's done.
I'm talking about closing it. They've been closing the block very well on the main players of Tala, and that's frustrated them, forcing them into silly errors. And there another service error by Mendici. You'd be kind of hoping the coach would be saying to him, look, it doesn't matter what you do, just put it in the court, don't give a free point to Balbriggan. And it doesn't do his confidence the world of good, knowing that next time he's probably going around for serving, they'll have as we say, the backup setter, who's a stronger server. Anyway, play goes on, going out to Farnese, he goes for big quick.
Great net touch from Julian there.
But he also had free view to hit cross onto position 4. So he'd say we were relieved that the block didn't get in the way this time. And instead, forced the block to make an error on the net and touch it.
So 1-1, middle serving.
And out to 4 to Alamin. He gives a high roll, too easy for Tala to pick up. Going into Octavio. Oh, he tried to.
No, that was out.
It was well out. He had no snap on the wrist to bring topspin down.
No, like it's
too flash. Slight bit of
line
nerves.
judge with no doubt about it. Raised up their flag. Maria, no doubt about it.
And for us, no doubt about it too.
Well, we're not in the best position to actually see it, but...
oh, they're gone. There's a new middle, number 15 on for Tala Rockets.
Yeah.
Oh, good use again by Alamin. Off the block as well. He didn't put too much pace on that hit, but he hit the outside hand of Octavio there, who was lined up in position 4. And goes ball out.
Now you see what we and Mel were talking about. You know, give the middle responsibility to call block, no block, and timing of the block. Middle decides not to block. The outside hitter goes blocking. So then the outside hitter say, why didn't you tell me I wasn't supposed to block? You know?
It's still live, is it? No, there's a double there on it, but what a monster block.
Yes.
They shut the door very easily on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, it's going to put more doubts into Tala's heads.
Now, you have seen the Tala setter play before. How is his back set? Because he hasn't been using it.
It is very good.
But not today.
No,
he's not using it.
I don't know if the coach has told him. He's gone now
that's
this
it.
time.
Like, that's the only thing I don't understand. Like, you have two blockers that so far they told you no. Every time you went that way, you got to go the other way, or at least to use a pipe. You know, you don't want to use the opposite. But
coming from a setter role, I totally agree with you. You have to use a lot of variety on the net and not to make yourself so predictable. And so far, most of the way, Tala Rockets has been very predictable where the ball is going to go. So a nice bit of varying up. Going back behind, try and work against that block would help, but obviously it's not helping when you have server error going in again.
That's the thing, like as well, too many service error for Tala Rockets, which in a game like that you cannot afford.
It doesn't help to build momentum either.
Balbriggan is not forgiving you, is not going to give you any gift, so...
Now Julian's going into the float serve. A lot of them are reverting from jump serve to float serve and still coming up with the same results. Error. One that could have been avoided. Julian knows he'd be kicking himself about that. Anyway, I think he'll just shake it off and just think of what his main role is, and that's leading the block in the front line. Farnese, is he going float? No, he's gone back to jumping.
Oh, that was a very good serve.
Equally good pass.
Yes.
Ooh,
now, of course, on a push tip. Next year might not be allowed. No many option. Ball placed on court. Libero put it up on. Play with the middle on the net.
It was a little low, that says, yeah.
Yeah.
Lynch tried
But then again, if it's too low and you know it, why you swing it?
Exactly. You have to get your hand a little bit more
You
behind
don't
underneath the
really
ball.
see the setter complain about every single pass they receive.
Exactly.
Well, they should most of the times. So hitters have to figure it out themselves.
And adapt.
Yeah.
Well, Farnese is going to go for another jump
Ooh,
serve. He did
that
very
was
well.
a
Now
very good one.
Now he got his just
yeah.
reserved as a free ball. Oh,
That overpass, that's the last thing they wanted. Now that's a very odd combination there because they had
oh, the block is there
oh,
again.
that great dive there,
it's
but
gonna be-
the one that used to be a middle,
Well,
but now
wing
it's
to Igor Manzini.
playing out.
He's playing
opposite.
opposite now, yeah. I only noticed it myself, or at least he's opposite
Yeah,
in
net
defense.
touch.
Net touch, yes.
Yeah.
First referee had a very clear view. He's
Now that's
right
one
in front
thing.
of him.
Did we miss something on the lineup? We have noticed number 15 coming on as a
No.
middle. We did not notice that number 14 is in play.
So let's see how Tala Rockets are set up.
Yeah.
Octavio is still opposite Robert Farnese, so they're still in the rotation, the two wing players. However, you see now that the middle player,
It's
there
not
he
a
is,
middle.
number 10,
It's
is
not in
moved.
as a middle.
You'll see him in the rotation as it is. So I believe that
Oh,
number
you say
14,
that number 14 is out for the libero.
Exactly.
Okay,
Yes.
okay.
So you see 14 sitting
No,
down on the bench.
no, number 15 is out for the libero.
Is it 15?
Yeah, because we had 15 up front as a middle player, so I get a player number 10 is just playing
That's
a
right.
different position.
All right.
I think
So he's now gone opposite.
Robert has gone opposite,
has, yeah.
and
Setter's
player
in
number
four. Oh, that's
10 is an outside hitter now.
Well, they're trying an alternative game plan as it is.
Yeah.
They
No,
got a
sure.
bit more success setting Robert. Maybe there will be a bit more ball
Yes.
going that
No,
direction.
Robert is standing on the line, so he better take a step front.
I think the one thing they need to start getting right is the pass, because ball went between two passers and inside that back line.
Yes.
Alameen shows what you got again.
You really got a confidence on that middle to take that receive.
Oh, that's out. He was too far up in his approach. Get
Yeah.
the swing. Well out. And again, Jimenez, he's not going to deal with this anymore. I believe there will be a
Yes.
card. There's too much mounting going on.
Yes, and that's the card.
Yeah. Need to control the
Right,
players.
and there was not even reason to argue about, because effectively there was no touch. Like
Far
it was
from a
just an
touch.
attempt.
Far from
And
a touch.
that's it's 8-5 for Balbriggan. Balbriggan serving. Yeah, I'm curious about this new game plan. There's also almost a rotation fault to receive there.
So you see Davies, who was referee for the last game of the Women's Shield final, is now the new winger beside Octavio. And we have number 15 and number 12 as the middle blockers for Tala Rockets. So yes, Robert Farnese has
As an opposite. Yeah, he
gone
hasn't been
opposite.
really successful in receive, so I understand. But with the setter not really giving many ball to the opposite, oh, maybe that was the reason he prefers Roberts on that side.
Let's see what
That you're
happens.
going, ooh, yeah.
It's out.
that's
It's out.
an out.
Mistakes. More mistakes are coming in to Tala Rockets. They're
And now
putting
we
themselves
know.
under too
Yeah.
much pressure here to try and get the side out. So now again, Octavio is going to be off. Estevez is going to go on.
Well, they're left too many times with only one option. And with only one option, block of Balbriggan gives no mercy.
No mercy at all, as you've seen with the block so many times, putting the ball down. Again, Alameen Flow serves over onto the libero. Oh, finally,
Ooh, well
finally
done,
we see
well done,
what
yeah.
Mendici can do if you can think about it. But when your head's in the clouds all the time and you're off out of pressure with the bad pass and
Yeah, I think
predictability,
it's
you need
possibly has not been helped too much by his teammates in this sort of sense, because he hasn't really found somebody to rely on. The pass wasn't the greatest.
Oh, it's kept alive there, is it? No,
Oh,
too
no,
short for
that's the fault.
4 touch.
Yeah.
But still, at the same time, as me as a setter, I would still like to be trying to set all angles to try and keep the guessing. But also, the one thing about being a setter is you have to be more than a ball lifter. And just like when you put the stump down there, it needs a few more like that to keep the Balbriggan defense team a little bit more honest, because right now They have Tala's number.
And Talla's still there, though, only 2 points behind. So they're not so far out of reach now, and that's a good block by player number 12. And I actually did like the performance of player number 12. So that's what I said. The previous set, I would have brought him back earlier.
You see the number 14 who was on
Yeah,
opposite for
just
the
ask
first
him
day.
to go out.
Yeah, he was holding his ribs there. I don't know what may have happened to him. He must be carrying an injury
Yeah.
or a little illness. That's probably why Roberts has gone opposite for Tala Rockets
Yeah,
as well.
of course, the coach and the player know more than us. We are not that professional
But I was saying,
commentators, that we go to interview prior the game and post game, so we don't know what's going on in this team.
I know, but
We can only guess.
as experienced volleyball players, we can see what the changes may happen, whether they were tactical or forced
Yeah,
upon. We thought it was tactical. But I'd say it was a forced change.
Yes, but we know that number 12 comes from 3 blocks in a row, and that's great to see.
Yeah, young lad there.
Timeout now for Balbriggan. Great call by Dorota now, because it's 10-9 for Tala Rockets, so they need to see clear. Remind their team that they're ahead 2 sets and they can go home now. They don't have to drag it out. There's a long way from Limerick to Balbriggan, so they don't want to go have a late dinner, I guess.
Indeed, but it's also the same way as the finishing line. You might see it in the horizon, but you have to get to the horizon in order to get over the line. Well, Garta and Dave Dalton will be hoping for another positive reaction with that timeout. It's only a 1-point deficit, and they've been cool as cucumbers so far whenever they have to call timeouts in the previous sets. Let's see what they got here. Lovely pass into Umar.
Yeah, that was a precise pass, and then a tip. Robert picks that tip. It might not
too
be as,
easy.
but great swing down the line. That's what middle can do. Yes, number 10. Yes.
No matter where he is on the net. Universal.
Universal, especially the one born in 88. I don't know how old is he, but if you're born before the 90s, you can do everything, because there was no libero. We were doing everything.
He proved useful there on the left side of the net.
Yeah,
Anyway,
another short
it's a
ball
bad touch
tip,
out
and now
of
the
it.
setter taking responsibility, but great dig
Free
there.
hit, and that's what happens. Mendici
And
lost his
late.
footing, trying to get back
Yeah.
into the block. And Igor tried to get there with the fast set that was pushed to him, and pushed it easily through the double block. Now it's his turn to serve.
Yeah.
Bodnar could be ready to go on there again. He's kept alive and nimble, but at the same time, it's this Balbriggan team playing more assured,
Yeah, looking for
more composed as well.
Yeah, but look, 10-10. Everything's still in play.
Oh, yeah, still a long way to go in this set. What's up? It's calling. What's happened? The line judge went in and out. He doesn't know.
Ball is out.
He's calling it out. And
Second ref moved to the other side. So second ref thought it was in, but line judge.
Going to bring on the specialist server.
Maybe
anyway.
maybe might have not been so fast raising up the flag, but it did raise up the flag.
In the end, anyway, I think we would have all concurred that was out. There was no complaints from Balbriggan.
No, but I think Balbriggan at this stage, they have that mental stability to say, doesn't matter what happens, like we have it. That's what I said before. I did not see a moment where Balbriggan said, you know what, I don't know what to do. They always looked really much in control of their court.
Well, they've got the control back anyway. 11-all, third set, 2 sets up.
Oh, line. Yeah.
Even the toss was kind of wrong by Mr. Lynch there, number 14 middle blocker for Balbriggan Eagles. And throw that into the bin. And just look forward when he gets back on. And DC this time gets his serve in. Oh, this is what I mean about the move,
play,
but I don't.
this time out.
No touch on the block. Very good setup. He's trying with his 1-2 with Umar there, going 1 meter into the middle. However, couldn't execute it inside the Tala court boundaries. Second serve for Mendici. Okay, he plays it safe going long, and it
Oh,
works out in the end. Could it be a bit of a carry?
Yeah.
It was a bit of a hang on that by David,
Swing
number 10.
it, swing it.
Or just sharper through the contact. We'd all agree on that. It was a bit of a lift, a bit of a hang on. Substitution here now by Balbriggan. Maybe it might be number 20.
Yeah, I've just seen the sub for the setter again. We've seen it on the backcourt earlier. And this time not as efficient because couldn't keep the serve.
Not the best of introductions anyway.
No, but earlier it did work out earlier, so I can understand why I give trust again. Now it's 15-12 for Tala Rockets.
Let's see what trust he gives to his hitters here. He sets out to 4 to Alameen, who's
Very
up high.
good dig. And now it's a free ball, but a nasty free ball.
Well, they
Go back
recycled the
there.
Vinny.
Yeah, that kind of number 11 knows it. He forgot that the opposite existed and didn't go to block. Ended up with the middle, not going to block, and open net. Shut
Open
down.
net. But also, it's very good use of his wrists by Vinny. A lot of the times he's disguising his hits, looking one way and turning his wrist the last moment into the different direction, and it's catching Tala off guard a couple of times. Going fast out.
That's a good
Estevez.
ball. Good use of the block. Like Mel said before, we are challenging the blocker.
That's it. Well, now you can.
I wouldn't challenge too much Alameen and Julian, to be honest.
No, they are strong fingers that are up there. However,
Yes.
where there's a will, there's always a way to work around it. Now we got Lukas. Lukas, a long time in the Tala Rockets Volleyball Club. Trades as a middle blocker, but I would say he's just going to be on.
Defensive specialist.
I think just specialist serve.
Serve?
Yeah, let's see what he does.
Ooh.
Well, he dropped up short. It's going to work out perfectly. And this time,
Yeah.
cleaner contact through the dump by
Yeah,
Robert.
I really didn't think he meant that serve, though.
Oh no, I'd say the nerves of the occasion kind of got to him anyway. The luck was on his side because it dropped over on the other
And
side.
now we've seen that sub. We need a bit more experience. Safety on court, especially on the back row. Bodnar, Pavel Bodnar, to rescue his team once again.
Let's see if he does the job. Anyway, Lucas will go for a second serve here.
Yeah.
Again, dropped short anyway, but this time dealt with by Balbriggan. They go behind to the opposite. Oh,
Yes.
Alameen was dancing over on the other side of the black line.
They kind of took a stroll on Tala Rockets' side.
I thought he was down dancing with the stars there for a
Yes.
second. Well, he is a star on the Irish senior volleyball team as well as
and probably will also
Balbriggan.
be up on the contest for the All-Stars this year. You never know.
Let's see how the rest of the
And
game
that's
unfolds. What will Igor
not
do
a
to make
precise
up for
pass.
this?
Swing on the cross. Now ball for
It's too easy, but someone on the net. Igor was
and Robert. Yeah, see, sometimes it's not about the power. Sometimes it's just like, let's give them the ball, see what they do, and they might make a mistake before the ball even touches the floor.
Well, that point definitely threw off Igor. Yeah, and
Timing,
make his
yes.
timing of everything, the pass, and his easy hit over the net, and then the timing on his block then
Well,
didn't help. He needs to just take a deep breath.
Honestly, I see Dorota smiling probably for the first time, and probably she's there thinking, oh, I've been there yesterday with my daughter playing in Guardians, now I had to live it myself as a coach.
Yeah.
No, like, we'll see. They can still turn this game over.
Oh, that's a big hit.
I think it calls for a replay. I heard the director shouting out for it.
For sure, I think the audience is looking
And
for
I
it as
think
well.
they're gonna get it.
It was a clean hit that went through the middle to Julian Laguna.
Yeah,
The
see,
set
see.
came up, just timing of everything was just perfected to a T on that. And there was a big kill going over to zone 1 on Tala
I'll
Rockets.
give you the inside information. When the director gets excited about a ball, you're gonna get the replay. So more of it, more of it.
Yeah, so we need to see more of it. But this time I'd say Tala Rockets need to see more of it. What are they calling? I don't know what this line judge is doing. The flag is going down and up a lot of time. I think eventually it was called out.
Yeah, and it's a 6-point lead for Tala Rockets, 2014. They've been leading before, but Balbriggan brought them back up, so I'd say do not relax.
I can't relax at all. Gotta stay focused. Oh, he's back to
Yeah,
his
but
jump
look
serve.
at Pavel there, like, yeah, hit on me, I can hold it.
Well, had a good one.
And let me now, and it's a block out.
Yeah, unfortunately for Estevez, his hands were facing over at the first referee, and the curtain over there didn't swipe them back in at the point of contact, and that's where it ends up landing off his hands on the side of Balbriggan's court and out. So I mean, with his float serve again, he was very good the first time around. He got
Very
a couple
good
of
pass
points.
by the libero, and now that's the other
Tala Rockets
shot.
middle. Welcome
Replay's
to the
coming.
game. I think that also deserves an instant
Is
replay.
coming.
Middle blockers are definitely shining here now in the last few minutes.
That deserved the Buzz come, but Buzz has decided to not to travel to Limerick.
Just like the Tara Flex, but anyway, the main thing is we have the volleyball teams here that have qualified through the rounds and leaving the best two to fight it out here. There's Tala now on the ball. Oh, it's going to be a long flow serve by Estevez. It's going out, but they still have a comfortable cushion here in this third set, despite being 2 sets down. And the first setter was back on court, Mendici. You see our friend number 14 has come back from the trenches. Feels probably a little bit better. Anyway, new server at a gun. Jump serves it.
Very powerful, but well handled, and that's Farnese. Find what he wants. And another replay, director. Is it coming? Not this time. Yeah, the replay is coming for this too.
For sure it should on that. See, for once he actually had a clean hit down the line, the block. Was expecting that he might go across, even though the backcourt player, Libero, was there to get hands on it. It just was too powerful.
Viewers at home, every time you see a play like that, just drop a message, replay, and the director is gonna execute.
It's good because action or pitcher can speak 1,000 words. Oh, I think Pavel is too tight.
It touched the net on the way down.
They were kissing knees or kissing ankles anyway. Mendici, the main setter for Tala, is down as well. He's probably going to shake it off anyway. Maybe just needs a couple of seconds. That's it. Well, Tala Rockets have the control in this third set.
It's 23-16 or 24. Did you see it?
I think it was 23.
23, yeah. I know, normally the
This
jingle.
one, what does he call it? He's calling it in.
Called in.
If we had the VAR, it would have been scrutinised, but I would give the benefit of the doubt to the line judge on that. It could have hit around the back line, back of the line there. And it's now led to set points for Tala Rockets.
And the yellow card.
So
Is it coming?
And you're right, just like the
Well,
magician
he
pulling
did
the
it
rabbit out of the hat.
before, so fair play. Come on. Benny, you're a ref, I'm a ref. We know how that works. You know, you let it go as that. I think you also let it go a bit too far down. I would have already took the card out on the first set.
Yeah, well, you try to give the benefit of the doubt and the leeway to the players, you know, that they're able to behave themselves as much as they can. I know that emotion can get the better of people, especially when it's at tight stages and, you know, it's only a game of inches, but as a first referee, you have to always keep the control of the overall environment. And he did the right thing.
Point for Tala Rockets.
It's gone out to Monard there. He uses the hands of the block of Tala to his advantage.
Yeah, that is not a player that's gonna be stopped by a yellow card anyway. He knows what he can do, what he cannot do.
Well, both teams are also on a warning as well, so they have to kind of behave themselves, that they don't reduce themselves to a red card, which results in a loss of rally. Anyway, still another set point for Tala Rockets here. Go down to Estevez,
Oh,
perfect
it's another
pass in there.
But well handled by the setter there.
A good 180 spin
And
in midair.
It's set number 4.
25 points to 17. Tala Rockets win that, but they're still trailing by 1 set. 2 sets to 1 in favor of Balbriggan Eagles. Well, Erica, you said it there at the last interval. Is this going to go to 5 sets again?
All right, from a volleyball point of view, I'd say yes, we want to see more and more and more. From a volleyball island point of view, yes, we want to see more and more and more. from a personal point of view, I'm flying to Italy tomorrow. So I could do with that early night.
We could all do with it, but volleyball is one thing that kind of keeps us awake, especially if it's an exciting, intriguing encounter. And now that Balbriggan have pulled the set back.
When I talk to you, I can't even say like, oh yeah, but you know, you weren't here for 3 days. I know you weren't here for 3 days, but I know that yesterday you played a match with your Division 2 and you came on top of it. I keep tabs on your teams, you know that. I have to.
Well, I have to get the conveyor belt of talents ready for you and the next generation, because...
For me and Mel, apparently.
Yeah, well, I'm only concentrating on the girls now, and you as under-18 women's coach, that's the only thing I'm thinking about right now. And it's been good, because if you invest a lot in the youth, and it's shown over the years in many clubs, Munster Thunder is no exception to it. A conveyor belt of talent there, especially at school level and also in the league, that the average age is very, very young. Yeah. But age is only a number if you allow it to be. Everything just comes down to what you do with the ball and how you get over the line to get a performance and ultimately a positive result. And that's what most clubs should be striving for. And it's no different in the men's game as well. Balbriggan started off years and years ago with just Polish community living around that area, had a dream, decided to set up their Szakówka Club. And now they've just grown in strength with a team in Premier, team in Division 1 and 2 teams in Division 2. And if I'm not mistaken, I'm sure they have another team in Division 3 as well as under-18 boys.
Yeah, it's nice to see the clubs evolving and get more variety of players, communities, exchanging different styles of playing volleyball, and yeah, that's what we want. Like, we might just achieve eventually a perfect system where everyone is able to play their best game, no matter where they come from, what type of style of coaching they had before. It's beautiful to see what's happening here in Ireland. You know, like, even if I look at Italy, it's as much as they are dominant in volleyball, but they can't showcase the variety that we do.
Well,
we might not be perfect, but yeah, like, there's really a lot of different type and style, even within one team only. Like,
well, we get to see the traditional styles of the 5-1 system with both the teams here in the grand final, both operating with 1 setter and 5 hitters. Generally, most teams will set up with 2 middle blockers, 2 outside hitters, an opposite hitter, and a libero with their setter. That's not to say people don't do different varieties. They kind of make themselves more unpredictable at the net to try and get through stronger defenses, just like that. The old school player, Pavel Bodnar, hitting strong off the double block and swiped off to the side and out. So first point, first blood, drawn, Balbriggan.
So both teams confirmed the team as they finished. So we have player number 20 take for the setter that started the first 2 sets.
And just like what he did when he came on, his second serve has just gone out again. And
Pavel still staying on court instead of Vinny. Now we having Tala Rockets. They have confirmed play number 11 as outside hitter, number 10 as well, and Farnese on the opposite side. Now winning that fight with Alamin up in the air. It's a nice fight to see, because they're almost fighting on the top of the antenna there.
They are. But one thing that has changed now for Tala Rockets is they've got more assurance of the block there in position 2, with Robert Farnese now been moved to the opposite. And you see there, if his big hands are there, it's anywhere tight to the net, he can get a stuff on
also a bit more confidence, I'd say.
It's a lot more confidence now. But you see there, he's trying to be a little bit more calm and more assured, because the wild Robert, you can go either way with him. Either, you know, when you're singing when you're winning, but when things are going bad, it's going horrid, and you kind of know about it. But now he's trying to find that nice balance. And if he just focuses on his game and works out his strengths, so hitting and blocking is what we kind of expected now on the opposite.
That's a very good serve, and that puts trouble on the libero.
Oh, And once again, Robert Farnese leading by example in the block. It had to be a high out-of-system ball out to Alameen. Now Alameen's head is slightly into the clouds. He has to kind of think a little bit more because when he's up there with an out-of-system ball, he knows there's Farnese there. Try and get full hands on it, but again, Mendici.
Well, if you could jump as much as Alameen could jump, you would be in the clouds too, you know that.
You would do, yes. Make you think twice about things. Hopefully.
You have so much time up in the air to think things.
It's almost too much time to think as well. As Jesus said, less talk, more action. And like what we do here, Farnese found the gap through the block there.
That's why they're there on court and we are here talking.
You know, it's like the hare and tortoise, you know. You start off as fast as you want, but the finishing line can feel far away. Now Tala Rockets feel like they're creeping back into it, and they've got the momentum in their favor.
That's a great serve. Overpass, number 11, kind of shy on that touch.
Gotta go behind Farnese.
But Farnese now that he found, it took 3 sets, but he's back.
He's back all right, but he's back in a position that he didn't think he'd end up, but the plan B is working for Tala Rockets. And now we see more spread of the play going behind by Mendici, because Robert will be definitely demanding it. And now you
have Cahill Dwyer that used to be a middle, now playing opposite for Balbriggan. Now I knew him as was a kid. I actually coached him for 6 months.
He's down your neck of the woods in Ennis.
Yes, he's originally from Hannis. On this living cert here, was playing for Master Thunder.
And also played with a very famous hurling school, St. Flannan's College, who also won the senior schools back then. And I'm not mistaken, Killian O'Riordan and Keane Humphreys were also on that team. Both on the Irish team currently right now. Cottle was there as well.
Yes, you are correct in everything you say. But I didn't know he switched from middle to opposite. So it was nice to see.
Yeah. Well, I'm not surprised he was playing middle with Aer Lingus last season, or 2 seasons ago.
Robert again.
Another kill point from him. Now he's feeling like he's the man again.
And now it's 7-3, and that's what he needs. He needs to build up his confidence, his ego. And then he's gonna become a bad client.
Well, Dart has changed around a few personnel from the first 2 sets that helped to close out a lot of the influence.
Bit out of measure by number 12.
But now Robert Farnese has definitely stepped up since he's been switched over to the opposite, and it's given an extra impetus to Tala's game.
Now Cahill to the serve. The overhead have serve that just floats down deep, but again, this time a bit too easy.
Look at that, Farnese again. He's having a laugh here now at the moment. I'm not surprised. The more points he's adding on to Tala Rockets' tally, I think they're now starting to pull away a little bit. You can just feel the pendulum swing, Erica, can't you? Tala on top. Tala on top.
I feel that my wishes are never expressed.
No.
But that's a good serve by Robert there, and a swing by Julian there on the outside.
Yeah, he's gone outside there. He's got the high reach. The ball down before he touched the net. It was. It was. It's a very good question. It's made us question, and we're years and years of experience in volleyball that we didn't see that. I think Julian Nguna has gone wing.
Yes. No, that we didn't. Okay,
didn't see it at all.
We are here talking. Let's make it like a tea room. Let's put it this way, up above in this over the arena. So some things might go unnoticed, but yes, Julian put it as an outside hitter. Dorota's mixing up the cards. I don't know if it's mostly to not let them figure it out, Balbriggan, but by now they should know Balbriggan.
Yesterday's hits at the net, or
taking
hits at block.
Inspiration.
Oh, look who it's at. Look who it's at. Yeah. Robert Farnese hits it strong into the backcourt zone 6 position. It probably was going out, but he was in the way of the backcourt player.
Maybe they realized they needed a bit more block or Robert after the 3rd set, so maybe they put Julian there.
Well, they're putting Umar Ahmed back in now.
Vinny, I think, was a good blocker. I don't know why Vinny didn't go back on court. You know, if you had to make that switch, you know, you could keep Pavel, you could keep Vinny, and keep Julian in the middle. You know, Julian did an amazing job as a middle player.
Vinny
Or
has
maybe
his
they're
jacket
trying
on.
things. But do you really use a cup final to try things?
I don't know if it's maybe it is tried and tested in previous games gone by, and
True, I haven't seen that. So
well, we'll see. It's like there's a lot of faith.
We put Graham Bell on a call. He'll answer some question.
We could do that. We'll have a Q&A after this game on that point. We'll see what the jump serve is going to happen with Adigun. He gets it in. He gets it in. He didn't have the cleanest of contacts whatsoever.
No,
however, drops inside the left sideline of the Tala Rockets court. I'm sure he would have said it was by design. Someone might say it was by accident. However, it results in a point for Balbriggan. Can he do it again?
Now we are on a
He
score
gets it again.
of 9 for
Fast out
Tala.
to Davies. Okay, they're going to go out to Farnese on the back. He wasn't in a good position in his lineup for the approach. Going at it at a side angle. And ends up mishitting it. He hits it into his own side of the
8
net.
for Balbriggan. 9-8.
9-8 Tala Rockets.
Yeah, all that dominance that Tala felt on that spike, the block, it's not there on the points though.
Well, he's changed it now into a float serve there. They've gone into the middle this time. Whoa, old school kind of swing across the body.
Brazilian style.
I remember it's the old school Russian style. Mendici
Really?
tried again with his second one. So what's going to happen here? Will he go out to 4? He does. David tried to go on the line and there was no one reacting to it. Caught the wire. It was in his area. It was in his zone. Julian Laguna was telling him, why didn't you get that? Should have got that. And it was very, very early approach by David on the wing, but very smart.
That shot, we call it mulinello in Italian.
Mulinello.
Yeah, which it literally translates in windmill.
Windmill,
The windmill
exactly.
shot.
And now we got the original players back on here.
Yes.
Alamin has gone back into the opposite. Main setter Umar Ahmed is on. I think also they brought on a middle blocker as well, number 14 Lynch. Okay, Podnar goes for it. That's what I'm familiar with Balbriggan. That play, that move. Wingers are always on top of that, communicating with their setter onto it.
Must have been a man Polish old-fashioned play, because I honestly follow the Polish league and the Polish men's team. They do not do it at their level. But my husband, which is a Polish outside hitter too,
kept up there.
loved that play as well. So it must have been something of their age group back then in Poland.
Well, it's like Marmite, you either love it or you hate it.
No, I love it. I actually generally love it, but I don't see it done at my level, at really, really high level. It keeps the ball too much on the center net, so it kind of becomes easy to block once you know it.
Yes, once you know it. It's something that I would be more familiar with Far East Asian teams. The Japanese team are always trying to move around the net.
At really high level, I see Gabi, she did that on the final of the World Champions last year several times. No, sorry, final, semi-final against Italy. Final was Italy-Turkey, but but I end the Asian team at female level, not at male level.
I'd say about the Japanese men's teams, they're trying to go all haiku and doing everything that can possibly do, because there are always going to be monster blocks from many teams. They're going to have it ready, so they have to use, like the same way I'd associate with the Chinese women's volleyball team. When they're up against big Russians and Polish and Croats and all that, they have to think fast around the net, and that's why they've been successful winning Olympic titles in years gone by.
And that's true.
What's happening? Is there a timeout called?
I think there was a timeout.
I thought it might have been a delay in the timeout.
It's an 11-all timeout called by Tala Rockets.
Balbriggan got a little bit back there, especially with the reintroduction of their main players from set 1. We still have to see Vinny being reintroduced, if he's going to be reintroduced, but Pavel Bodnar is leading by example in that position that he's taken. Can Tala respond from this timeout and maintain that lead and an advantage. You can edge them towards 5th set the decider. Again, there's another word by the referee with Mendici and Robert Farnese. Hopefully much ado about nothing.
And now there's a big blocking line because you have Julian, you have Alamin, and you have the middle. So
there's a rotation fault somewhere. Who are they going to call it on? Are they calling on the setter or are they calling on Farnese? Did he have his foot on the line? Something is not right there, but second referee, Maria Jimenez, is almost certain, if not almost, she is certain that there was a rotation fault.
If the setter was right that it's settling one, there wasn't.
I believe it was Roberts had a foot on the sideline.
No, it could have been.
No,
it was setter too early. Setter too early.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't see it on the players. Like.
And the play's going on as the pass is going off. Roberts going to have to hit hard at it. Well, I think it's gone out. It has.
Now it's a 2-point lead. It's a 13-11.
13-11, and it's been a hasn't been the response that Pavel was looking for. So now he's bringing back on Octavio on the wing. Who's he going to take off? He's taking off Estevez.
Number 11, Estevez.
Estevez is off anyway. Hopefully just to give a solid pass there. Yeah. More assuredness. He's going around high-fiving everyone. Just let them know, hey, we got this. Just take this point now to us. Strong flow. So he gets a great pass into Mendici, and Farnese hits it hard, but the block is there. You'll have a second chance. And he found the gap. Lynch knew he didn't commit to the block in time, but it was a very good set. That allowed Roberts to hit on a one-to-one situation. Did so. Easy cross-court hit, going down into the floor. So now we have our middle blocker turned winger for the second set in a row, David there.
Yeah. And there's another Miko block there.
Lovely defense
to
position.
Look
Another one.
at that, swing after swing.
I do believe Alamin Disu could have got his hands up there. He's already got a high enough jump.
I think he judged the ball on the other side. He didn't really know how wide it's gonna go.
Yeah,
so I thought maybe I don't touch it. It's gonna score a point. I don't know.
I think it was more of a misjudgment of how to approach into it and court awareness anyway.
Could be.
I'm sure he can get it back. The ball's given to him. High by Julian, go into middle this time to Lynch.
Very good swing, touch the block.
That's his point.
Well done.
Take a bow, Mr. Lynch. 2 actions on that point alone that helped you win the point for Balbriggan Eagles. Let's see what you can do with your serve here. It's advantage Balbriggan. Goes on the float, goes down the line to Octavio, puts it up anyway, but he's going to have double block against him. I think he found a way.
Yeah, there was a block touch anyway.
See, it's the injection of confidence that Tala Rocket needs. Just with the introduction of a player can really help it, and Octavio has done that now in the last few points that he's been playing.
Well, I think number 11 did the job on the previous set too. They probably just need a change of scenario now. Like, you know, Tala Rocket knows it's now or never.
Well, we had that little small down period, so little changes has definitely helped in this situation.
Wow.
He's got a huge reach, Julian Lagunya.
Yes, he does, and that's the director comes back for the replay. Like, I have a ghost behind me. There's the director. They're not gonna call him. I'm just going the director that normally disappears, but now and then for the great spikes, just press a button and it's replay.
That's it. Or just go back 20 seconds on this YouTube live feed and you'll be able to get. Anyway, Alamin goes on the float serve. It's going to be an off pass in. Oh, look at that. Octavio has got it in. That's the third one now he's got. He knows himself anyway, but look, he signed up, he knew what he signed himself up for. He just tried to defend it on the line, but my God, that was some power behind that swing.
And the director came back again for that replay.
And even I would agree with the song going there. Here comes the boom, because Octavio has brought the boom. And it's helped Tala Rockets now to get their shape back in. Oh, Farnese tried to go on for a jump serve, but...
Well, he has been efficient on the previous set, and previously he did not miss on a jump serve until now. On the first set and second set, yes, but he hasn't done that in a while, so I can understand why he went for that jump stop spin.
As it is, he's been most effective on the opposite since he's been changed there. Same with Octavio.
Yeah, that's for sure, but it might also...
Look at that. Oh, he had everything going for him. But he hit it on the way down.
Yeah.
Hit the top of the net.
It was almost a front court hit there, but I think it's still a bit too close to the net.
With some leap.
Oh, yeah. 17-15, am I right to say that? Yes.
Yes. Balbriggan now have the advantage.
Julian very effective from the baseline. We see serve from 5 to 5.
Block is there.
Now gone there.
Going to
Good.
Octavio.
Well done. Octavio rolled it to Alamin. Forced the play. Now it's a free ball. Well done by number 15 on handling that free ball. Again, try to catch the opposite of guard, but it doesn't happen. And now it's a miss hit by Pavel there.
Very good rally by both sides, keeping themselves alive, looking for
now
the ball.
the power push by number 2, it was almost at limit of fault, in my opinion, because it's it kind of held the ball a bit for too long.
A little bit too long, but our experienced referees didn't see it, so let play go on. Play to the whistle.
More for us, I'd say.
Yeah, more play. Oh, look at that. It was a nice swing. Yeah, got a good hands on it.
Good swing. Again, I'd see Tala Rockets not expecting the ball to go to the opposite. Every time that goes to the opposite or that side of the net, the block, it's not as tight. And that leaves a lot of gap, and the defense a lot of court to cover.
Well, hopefully Umar Ahmed realizes that if there's a small block over on zone 4 by Tala, but there is something to exploit, and Alamin has just shown it again. Oh, they went in on zone 5 with the miss hit.
Look what a middle can do.
Oh, the block was there and all that, but wasn't tight enough at the net.
I think number 10 knows himself. Guys, you're asking me to do double shift today. I'm doing my best here. Now, we've seen that sub before. It's proven effective because he got an overpass on the first serve. He served the last.
He did.
This last set. So
see if there's a bit more confidence in the contact.
Yeah.
He was a bit lucky in the last set, and however, 1 point for Tala. Let's see what Lucas does on this. This is why
was going for the same short ball, keep the middle out of play, possibly an ace, but just on the top of the net, not on court.
Yeah, but also not a very clean contact as well. It was hitting more fingers than palm on that.
Yeah, but I think that's because it's the intention, you know, like they were looking for that shot, and now it's not a solid pass. Somehow they have to manage, and they do well because Libero has to set.
That's a lot of steps by
but
Pavel.
no block.
Where was the block?
Yeah.
What was Mendici thinking about?
Yes, I have no idea. Ball tied to the net, like it's just single-handed. Decide to leave Pavel with no block.
Maybe someone shouted free ball. I didn't hear it anyway. I think that was all on his own accord. He decided not to take a chance to block, and then Pavel, he took, I don't know how many steps he took in his approach up there, but he managed to adjust himself in the nick of time.
It was a perfect approach. He jumped, like he went all behind the ball, like
and
that.
he had a free hit on the net as well.
Yeah.
He could see everything in his line once he got his feet corrected. Boom, downtown.
Now 3 point down. Balbriggan closer and closer to the finish line here. I think that they are in that moment when they say, you know what, let's go home.
Yes, let's kick on now. Bring it home. Well, they brought back their main players that won them the first 2 sets, reintroduced in this 4th set, and it's definitely helped them turn the tide in their favor. After a good start by Tala Rockets, we were all kind of thinking, is this going to go to a 5th set? However, Balbriggan have something to say about that. And right now, they've got a 3-point advantage, 2 sets to 1 lead. Umar sits down into the middle, and Octavio has been passing really well now since he came on. Okay.
Good spike to the middle, keep the setter busy.
Oh, there's a low wrist, and Julian Laguna just do that.
It almost jumped.
Oh my God, he went 2.5 meters up into the air.
That was...
And just tipped it into the campfire.
That was really a long distance jump.
crazy. He was ready for it. I didn't think there was anything. We all thought it was going to go out to Pavel Bodnar on that, but however, Julian came up for the pipe.
Julian did not expect that either. Oh, chicken wing not working.
Yeah, but it aimed straight on the setter's head.
Yes.
When that happens, when the setter ends up getting the first touch, sometimes it can cause a lot of confusion, and gravity is not going to be your friend if the indecision is going to come up. Now they're going to bring back on number 14.
Your former professional setter
So
takes
they said
on for
anyway.
number 3.
He was the main setter that I was working with Robert Farnese abroad, especially in Turkey.
Okay.
Been brought here now this season, helping him in the Alpha Wolves Academy in Dublin. Anyway, Umar to serve it another time. Octavio gets it, but not the best. But they go behind there. Oh, it's kept alive. It's scrapped very well by Balbriggan.
Well done.
Second bite of the cherry. Going into David, who used a lot of power. Alameen was up on top of the net. He might have been up on top of his middle blocker as well. Anyway, David found the force to go beyond that block.
I think now Tallaght is 4 points behind.
But they're on 18 points here now.
3 from Spiker from court.
Let's see what's
4
going to happen.
points behind. It's 18-22.
Yep. See what this might be. Oh, he's going floating. He's going floating anyway. It's in
Yeah,
there.
Julian's not gonna have it.
Oh,
That's.
he's spending too long in the air. Too much time to think.
It was a front court hit. Now I know he can jump and he can jump long, but like.
Especially with the way athletes are these days, you know.
The only person I've seen spike that ball is Keita.
Yeah, but we're at amateur club level here in Ireland, so we don't expect it too much, but he's got huge potential to do that.
Yes, of course.
Alameen now is going to swing with his left hand. Oh, now the block is there for Easy. Tightened up well with his middle blocker, number 12. Shut the door on that. Read it very well. Very, very well. Now it's only 2 points between the sides.
Yeah, and they're right. They're serving on Julian, which is by trade is a middle, but he can receive. It's not that he can't, but.
Well, they're going behind to
And Pavel
Bodnar.
for the shot. Yeah, but might have been a block touch. I can understand why.
Nice.
Great defense by Julian. Yes, my middle.
See what happens here on the free ball
I
for
love when
Tallaght. They
middle
go behind.
defend.
Oh, and the block's there again.
And
What's
there's a
happening?
net touch by Robert. Yes, took another stroll. He knows. He knows. And now 2 points closer to bring this trophy home.
23-20.
Yeah, but 2 points to win and 3 points to catch up.
Oh!
And that's the
Lynch has got it
statement
down.
where it's now it's match ball, and they couldn't be happier about the way they get to this match ball, because that was a monster block.
Very much so. Well, there was a lot of power
And
behind
the
that
director,
spike.
did the director came back for the replay for the master block? I
We'll see when
did.
play goes on. It's on match point, and Julian blocks
Now
it.
it's
and
block
hits
out, but
hits
they
off the
still
antenna.
have 3 attempts to close this match.
And
so
they have a
it's-
timeout as well in case anything may go wrong.
And I see Dorota like standing up, like, all right.
Feel like they have it.
Of course they do. They
Well, it's gone.
never lost it for a second. They felt that confidence all the way through. They fed it to a great shot and great block touch. And when you have a middle that can play outside hitter like that, you're probably sorted.
Oh, well, you are now, because that was the match point to finish it off and allow Balbriggan Eagles are your Association Cup 2026 champions on a scoreline of
And
3
they
sets
did
to 1.
it. They show it. Fair play to Dorota and David for that what they built over the years, because this championship is not built on a season. This championship is built by all the players that today not only were standing in court, but they were standing on the benches, because there was 2 players that today might have not come on court, but they've been with Balbriggan for a long time. They brought Balbriggan to Premier League, and silently they stay there. And Dorota knows, and David and Dave Dalton knows that. So that's how you go and build victories. It's a club. It's the sweat of years, not only a season. It's year after year, showing up, doing the hard work until one day you get to lift a trophy.
Well, today is going to be the opportunity. They're going to lift that coveted Association Cup for the very first time in their club history. And yeah, as you make a mention, two guys in particular I see there. Marcin Lewandowski, he didn't get to play in the game today. He was the second libero, who's been there from the very, very start. But we did get to see Pavel Bodnar to bring his very, very acute experience and smartness to the table and help settle any nerves that Balbriggan may have had, especially in the second set. Third set, tried to keep it steady, and he was on there for the fourth set all the way through, and you can see how much it means to the Balbriggan Eagles team. Promoted from Division 1, just like Tala Rockets last season, added a few extra personnel to their roster, and now, after all the years of blood, sweat and tears, starting early in this season from September 2025, we're now coming to the business end of this season, and in the cup itself, it's the winners, Balbriggan Eagles against Tala Rockets. Enjoyable game, Erica.
Yeah, it was the best game to finish off these 3 days of volleyball. Fair play to both, fair play to Tala Rockets for putting up the fight, but more than anything, fair play to Balbriggan for what they have created so far. Big shout out to them. They are in many different leagues. They are shown to be dominant. Their supporters are always there. So it's great to see a club that also today has showed up with so many supporters. So enjoy your medals. Enjoy lifting up the trophy. For us, is everything now. Hope to see you next. I think our next big event should be
the grand final.
Grand final, but I'm quite sure we'll be live stream with other events before that. But yes, grand final, bank holiday May weekend. We're not gonna go on Monday, but Friday, Saturday, and Sunday of that weekend.
And if you're eager to see more volleyball with Volleyball Ireland, we do have the junior schools final happening in mid-April. At least not to forget about that.
Oh, you are there with the school. Your players are playing in the school. Did they get to the final?
No, they didn't. Not this time. Prez, Kilkenny. But however, there's still going to be a showcase of up-and-coming, youthful talent that we can see that might be sitting in the same footsteps as guys that are on the Irish volleyball senior team, just like Julian Alameen.
Yes, what we are just saying, stay tuned for everything. We have a lot of live show, and follow our YouTube channel if you want to watch some volleyball, if you want to learn it, if you want to see what's going on, stay with us, and we're gonna put up the best show we can every time. Thank you, Bendy, for being here with us, and now we close. Yes, curtains down, like they say in theatre.
That's it. What's another year now as it is? And it is this year, men's title goes to Balbriggan Eagles. Thanks again, Erica. It's always been a pleasure to either call a game, watch a game, or just to be at a game of volleyball. And no better place to be than at the men's cup final. We're going to do the presentation there. It's Balbriggan Eagles that are going to be lifting up.
We leave the board now to Connor, so we go off comms. Thank you again for watching. And have a good night.
We'll see you on the next one. Arrivederci, volleyball lovers.